An FDA advisory committee gives the green light for people who receive the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to get a booster shot. The second dose is for people 18 and older. It's going to be given at least 2 months after the initial shot. Joining us live now, Dr. Ann Liu from Stanford Healthcare. And Doctor, thanks for being here. Today's decision comes in spite of this trial data that J&J experienced kind of a reduction in effectiveness over time, and the recipients better off maybe getting a booster from Pfizer or Moderna.
So the CDC recommendation and the FDA authorization is still for people to get the same vaccine, same manufacturer over for the whole series. But you know, this is just because there's a lot more data on the vaccines given in the series from the same manufacturer. The vaccine data from Johnson & Johnson doesn't actually show a decrease in the effectiveness, but it is a little bit less effective than either of the two mRNA vaccines, the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines. Yes, they did authorize the booster. There is a mixing and matching study through the NIH whose results were just made public, looking at antibody levels when mixing and matching the Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and Moderna vaccines. And fortunately, in each combination, antibodies boosted quite well, with somewhat higher antibody levels when one of the doses was an mRNA vaccine versus two Johnson & Johnson vaccines. But this is only antibodies. There's other ways to look at the immune system. It's just antibodies are the easiest way. And this is only for the first 28 days. But prior data has actually shown that Johnson & Johnson antibody levels are remarkably stable over time, whereas antibody levels after mRNA vaccines, while they are higher, especially to begin with, do decline somewhat. And fortunately, there were no safety concerns in that smaller study with mixing and matching.
Well, the Wall Street Journal is reporting the FDA is delaying a decision on authorizing Moderna's vaccine for children, the risk of a rare heart inflammatory condition. Can you explain more about that and how concerned parents should be about that?
There's been a small number of cases of heart muscle inflammation after mRNA vaccinations. This is called myocarditis. And mostly it's in young adult males. And essentially it all resolves in a few days. Usually doesn't have any, doesn't require hospitalization for the most part, although there have been a few hospitalizations for it, and generally resolves within a few days. But because of this, the FDA is probably taking extra care in vetting the data around giving Moderna vaccine and emergency use authorization for adolescents to really make sure that it's going to be okay. So we don't know yet whether there is a significantly increased risk, and we'll all be interested to hear what the FDA finds after they go through all the data, which they will post and will be publicly available.
Yeah, got to be cautious. Dr. Liu, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.